gets a right-hander to start his night. Last week, Tuesday, UIW, the right-handers were 0 for 7 against Chris, and that's where that breaking ball dives away, and they have trouble with it.
Shell with a swing and a miss, a little ride on that. Shell bats left. Hits in 4 of the 7 games for Lamar. He has 2 two-hit games. Grounded left side, past a diving Grohovac and into left field. It's a 1-out single. River Orsak's the batter. Coming off a 3 for 3 game against UTSA. That was the 3rd of the 3 games in that Sugarland tournament. And he is 8 for his last 16. Both his homers, all 6 of his runs batted in, have come in the last 4 games. Runner at first. Cortez always pitches from the stretch. And a first pitch fastball on the inner half of the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Consistently at 97-98 is Christopher Cortez. Shell the single. He's at first for Lamar, held on by Targach. The 0-1 swing and a miss, and there is that sweeper.
To the right-hander.
Yeah.
And there's just not enough bat. Starts it outside, it dives away, and there's just not a bat long enough to go out there and get it.
0-2. Way outside. 1-2. Shell at first, the 1-out single. 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts. Came inside, he tied him up. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the top of the first. 2 outs, 2 strikeouts, sandwiched in between a single. Shell's at first, and the cleanup hitter, Braden Evans.
First baseman, number 26, Braden Evans.
Hits in 4 of his last 5. His 2 home runs have come against Southern Illinois and Baylor. There's a shot to left field, so both lefties go the other way. First and second, 2 down. There's only 1 other lefty left in the lineup.
I was just looking at the same thing. 2 lefty singles with line drives, 2 righty strikeouts against Chris Cortez.
And here's Ethan Ruiz going, I need to break this streak for us. 3 doubles in his last 5 games for Ruiz. He's driven in 6. 300 hitter. Fastball up and in. 1 ball and no strikes.
Well, Andrew Lamar comes in as another Southland team. There's a heavy dose of that league on the Aggies' 8-game homestand to start the year. And it's always a league that provides some pretty good stuff.
1-0. Swing and a miss.
You take McNeese, the season opening series, A&M swept them. Right now, McNeese is riding a 4-game win streak. UIW last Tuesday, they're 7-1. A&M is their only loss. Lamar comes in here at 5-2. It's a changed league due to realignment, but there's always something to the Southland. They play pretty good baseball.
Breaking ball up and in. They really do, Will. 5-2 for Lamar with wins over Southern Indiana, Northern Alabama. The only losses, South Alabama and Baylor. And as we said, they beat UIC, Stephen F. Austin, and UTSA this past weekend. 2 down, first and second. Fastball low and away. It's 3-1. Braden Evans at first. Jack Shell's at second, 2 down. Cortez behind 3-1 to Ethan Ruiz. Pitch. Check swing. Appeal to first. No swing, says Scott Klein. Bases are loaded. For Logan Ham, who is a left-handed hitter.
Cardinals DH, number 17, Logan Ham.
Ham is 2 for 4. That happened in against UIC. He's the designated hitter. Transfer from Houston. Looks like Tab Tracy on this Aggie squad. Bases loaded, 2 away. Check swing. Pitch that's just low. 1 ball and no strikes.
If you look at Christopher last week against UIW, he did have some traffic on base in the first inning, allowed a couple of runs in the second inning. Then he settled in to really dominate in his last 3.
Bouncing ball to the right side. It's fielded by Targach with Cortez covering for out number 3. Lamar leaves them stranded. We head to the bottom of the first. No score for the Cardinals, and the Aggies coming to bat. This is Aggie baseball. Orsax in right and Zach Skinner, the catcher, for the right-hander Jackson Cleveland. It is Gavin Grahovac who leads off for Texas A&M. First pitch is over for a strike. Grahovac 10 for 25 in this early going, including 10 runs he has scored. Slugging 600, on base 500. And the freshman lifts a foul the other way.
We're 8 games in, and I'm wondering when I'll stop saying this is just a freshman when he comes to bat.
I'm with you.
I mean, the stature's that impressive.
It really is. Slightly to pull on the left side. In on the hands, and he fists that into the netting off to our right. He's played a really nice third base, too.
And you know, he's got to replace Trevor Warner.
Not easy.
I mean, that's a tall order. But he's handled himself quite nicely with the glove, you're right.
2 strikes on Grahovac. That's a fastball, just missed. Just off the plate. 1-2. Grahovac's hitting 5 straight in 6 of the first 7 games this season. One-two. Swing and a miss. He went with the slider away. 1 down. Just the second strikeout for Cleveland this season. That'll bring up Jace Laviolette. A lot of break on that one, and Grahovac waves and misses. So Cleveland gets the strikeout. Now he's got to deal with Jace Laviolette. 385 on the season, 5 homers. He's driven in 15, 28 total bases for Laviolette. On the outside corner, the fastball at 91. Jay slugging over 1,000. Swing and a miss over top of that.
Just one of 4 SEC players slugging over 1,000 right now. The 15 RBI is their second in the SEC. They're top 10 in the country.
0-2. There's a roller on the right side and into right field. The 2-strike single. And Jace, he's hustling. He's got himself 2 bases. When Jack Shell went over into right center, not quickly enough, Jace takes full advantage and stretches that into a double.
He's just proving every day he's so much more than the power in the long ball. How about the triple this weekend where he legged out 3 bags? It was a bases clearing triple. And then the speed. That tall frame gets that stride going, and I mean, he can take an extra bag, it seems, almost any time he wants it.
Well, he read that beautifully. It was out in front. And now Braden Montgomery bats with Laviolette at second, 1 away. It's a second double for Jace this season. Braden at 423. On the outside corner with a fastball at 90. Driven in 12, 3 via home run. He's got 2 doubles, a triple, and those 3 homers. If Jace has 28 total bases, 30 now, Braden has 26 total bases. 1 strike on him, and a wheel towards second, and balk.
Well, Jim Schlossnagle saw it. He was almost past the warning track out in front of the A&M dugout calling for the balk, but they recognize it.
Miscommunication as Cleveland turned. There was no one covering, and then Dodge came over from shortstop. And because you can only step off once per batter, that's why you see late throws, but Cleveland balks Laviolette to third with 1 away and 1 strike on Braden Montgomery. Lifted out of play left side. Now it becomes different, right? Well, with Jace at second, Braden now with the runner at third, more options to get the first run of the game in. He's in the hole, 0-2. 1 down, Laviolette is at third, the double and the balk. The pitch to Montgomery. Lifted out of play again, left side.
Well, Braden's done well as an Aggie. This particularly a situation he's excelled at. He's 5 for 11 with runners in scoring position early in 2024, but he's delivered on several occasions.
I like him way better in maroon than Stanford Cardinal red.
Better with us than against us, right?
That's right. Change speeds on him, that's down low. Laviolette the runner at third. 1 down. No score, bottom of the first. Braden Montgomery, who's hitting 4 straight, and also 6 of 7 in this early part of the season. The 1-2. Little slide step down and in. That gets away from the catcher, Skinner, and Laviolette will score. Skinner's throw to the plate actually hits Montgomery, who is out of the dirt circle. And now a conference. Joe Harris and Scott Klein coming from first. Joe Harris, our home plate umpire. Doug Williams from second. Seth Buckminster from third. The ball gets away from Skinner as he throws it to the plate. Montgomery ducks, and that's when Skinner hits him on the throw home.
Now, it wasn't going to affect the play. Jace had already slid home well in time when the ball struck Braden. And again, that's another good read and good instincts from Jace. That didn't get that far away, but he broke immediately. There wasn't really any chance to get it.
Schloss teams are so good at balls in the dirt, taking that extra base, that read. And goes back to what you were talking about, Will, that speed. We talk about it going from home to second. Well, how important is it to have that same speed third to home?
Well, you mentioned there's a lot of ways for Braden to get him home. Well, Jace can get himself home with the speed and the read. And
Joe Harris explaining to Will Davis.
Talking to Nolan Kane before the game, Will Davis was the best man in his wedding.
In Nolan's?
Yeah. Nolan Kane and Will Davis played together at LSU, good friends.
So with LSU for a while. It's his 8th season here, 9th overall at Lamar.
Everything seems to be in order. Will
So on
Davis,
that wild pitch.
He returns to the Lamar dugout after the explanation.
So the wild pitch scores Laviolette. 2-2 to Montgomery. Bases are now empty. 1-0 Texas A&M. From the windup, Cleveland's pitch ties Braden up inside, but he lays off. Count full. See, this was my luck in minor league baseball. My first 2 games I ever did, our plays of the game, wild pitch and a sacrifice fly. Swing it and miss. Yeah, I'm like, it's got to get better than this. Okay, I'm going to throw this at you as Hayden's shot comes in and Careless Whisper comes up. This is from Rhodey Barker. Maroon saxophones. What do you think? To the crowd to play. To play when Hayden comes up.
I love it.
Okay.
It's a must. Let's get on it.
I got to give total credit to Rhodey for that one. 2 down, bases empty. First shot, pitch high and away. Hayden's hitting all 7 games this season. 10 for 27. 3 of those 10 hits are doubles. He also has a home run, and he's driven in 4. 2 down, bases empty. The 1-0 is high and away. See, Will, to me, Grahovac, Laviolette, Montgomery. You still can't take a breath with Hayden's shot in the 4-hole.
You mentioned he's hitting every Aggie game. He's actually the only Aggie to hit in all 7 of them thus far.
And Cleveland misses a 3rd time.
So all that those guys have done, the Laviolettes, the Montgomerys, it's actually Hayden with the only 7-game hit streak in the open the season.
3-1 the count as the automatic goes over. 2 down, bases empty, a run is in, the 3-1. Out of play left side. Should be pitch number 20 for Cleveland here in the 1st inning. A double, a balk, and a wild pitch. Swing and a miss. He comes back from 3-0. He struck out. Grahovac, Montgomery, and shot. But in between, the double by Laviolette. The hustle double by Laviolette, the balk, and the wild pitch. Mexican grill, Baja style Mexican, made from scratch daily. Fastball cut on and missed to Lamar's Drake Varnado. Serving breakfast, tacos, lunch, and dinner. Aggie owned and operated. That's our friend Holly in South College Station. 1 strike on Varnado. And there's that sweeper, high and in. When you go 98 on the fastball, then you go 88, that 10-mile-an-hour difference. With a whole lot of break. Varnado, drafted by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Fastball low, 2-1. High round pick. Arizona State, IMG Academy is where he played prep ball. 2-1. Swing and a miss. The problem with Chris was he was living too low. He's got so much sink. So what he and Max Wiener worked on was it's actually got to pitch it higher, which is hard for a pitcher. But it was missing so low, they had to bring that up. And he gets another strikeout. That is number 3 for Christopher Cortez. 1 down here in the second.
Got him on the breaker at 88. You mentioned starting that spin, starting that break higher. That's how Jackson Appel kind of sets up.
Right.
Mid-high.
Right.
To give Chris Cortez a better look at it.
1 down for the catcher, Zach Skinner. Righty-righty matchup. Base is empty. Starts him with that spinner. It's a strike.
Well, it's 7, 8, 9 this inning, Andrew, but more importantly, it's right, right, and right. And those are the ones who have struggled massively against Christopher thus far.
Skinner,
not just tonight, last week too.
Other way, foul. Skinner had 3 hits against UTSA in their 5-3 win. Back in this lineup, 278 on the season. 2 strikes on him. A pitch from Cortez. In on the hands, fouls that straight back. Do we mention that we have royalty in the booth?
You know, that ball nearly got over the net, and it might have come in the booth.
You know who had it?
We could just...
The All-American?
Yeah.
Dave Elmendorf's with us. High with that slider.
We would have given way to one of the best center fielders to ever play here if that ball got into the booth.
Yep. He'd have had it, he'd thrown it back harder than how it came into his hands. 1-2. Missed away. And Skinner had an idea. Holds up 2-2. Yeah, we just brought our Kyle booth over to here, didn't we?
Yeah. Feels like a spring game should be going on down there.
The 2-2 on the way. Out of play right side. So what he asks is watching BP, is there a number 10 on this team? I said, yeah, he's going to be pitching. He's our starter. He's like, oh, good. Because, you know, he meets every 36 or 42 on
10
football.
was the baseball number?
10 was the baseball number.
I didn't know 10 was the baseball number. Okay.
Back up the middle, under the glove of Cortez and into centers. He's toppled like a bowling pin on the mound. That's the 3rd single, the first righty to hit him. Shot back up the box by Skinner.
For Lamar, the left fielder, number 42, Buffalo.
You want 5-hole or nutmeg? Which one do you want there? Right between the wickets. Luke Bumpus is the batter. 2 hits Sunday against UTSA. Fastball. On the outside corner of the knees for a strike. It's 0-1 to Bumpus. Skinner at first, 1 away. Top of the second. 1-0 Aggies. Well, howdy, Carter Wood. Fastball, same spot, same call. 0-2. Carter's our buddy from Alabama. We're going to see him at the end of March. He and the family, the Wood family, are going to be here. 2 strikes on Bumpus. Slider away. 1-2.
Well, you want to get the number 9 hitter. You don't want 2 aboard with the top of the order coming up. Bumpus is one of the guys you look at. You got to make outs right here. 182 hitter.
1-2. A roller to second. Kent goes to Camarillo for 1 to Targach. Got him! Dos Equis double play. Today's first Dos Equis double play. And no matter where you're watching this baseball season, be sure to buy a cold, crisp Dos Equis with a... Teddy Two Bags leads off for the Aggies. 1-0. Texas A&M here in the bottom of the second. Fouled out of play right side. Catches that overhang and returns to Olsen Field. And of course, Teddy Two Bags has 1 2-bag. But he also has a 3-bag and a 4-bag.
Yeah, he extended that, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Got that nickname because he got into a string of doubles at Michigan.
Boy, did he. Breaking ball from Cleveland is cut on and missed.
And it's a great nickname, but I also thought to myself, did they ignore the 31 home runs he hit in 3 seasons at Michigan?
Must have, Will. 2 strikes. Bounces that up there, 1-2. I believe they did. which is nothing to sneeze at, right?
No. I mean, there's power there, considerable power.
1-2 the count to Burton, righty-righty matchup. Fouls that to the backstop. Remains the ball in 2 strikes. Leading off this bottom of the second, 1-0 Texas A&M. Burton is 6 for 16. Boy, he jumps all on that one, but way out ahead and lines that to the Aggie bullpen.
105 off the bat. The exit velocity.
330 down the lines, 375 to the alleys, 400 to dead center. Olsen Field at Bluebell Park, and Teddy ripped that one 339, but foul. 1-2. Changed up on him. Just missed, 2-2. A deep breath for Burton. Leading off the bottom of the second. 1-0 Aggies, 2-2 the count to Burton. And the right-hander Jackson Cleveland. This one is going to stay fair and sail on out of here. Teddy Burton off the tower and left. That's Teddy, 4 bags for y'all. His second of the year. It's 2-0 Texas A&M.
Overall number 2 of the year for Ted Burton.
You can go anywhere you want in that strike zone, just don't go there again.
No. 102 off the bat, 411 feet. And you knew it off the bat. I mean, he had just hit 105. I mean, he was seeing it well.
He really was. Here's Jackson Appel. Switch hitting catcher. Takes that one up and away, batting from the left side. Appel at 250, slightly open stance in that left-handed batter's box, and he grounds ball to second over the glove of Varnado and into right field. He's aboard. So following the home run by Ted Burton, a single to right by Appel. Jackson's 4th hit. Here's Ryan Targach, who had 3 hits Sunday, 5 driven in. And he lobbed that home run over the bullpen, and right was one of those 3 hits. Fastball high and away, the switch hitter batting left against the righty Cleveland. Appel's at first. The run is in on the Ted Burton home run. 2-0 Aggies here in the second. 1-0 the count to Targach. Takes that fastball on the inside corner. First strike, it's 1-1. Tar 4 for 15 this season. Takes that one in the dirt. It's blocked by Skinner. Appel still at first. 2-1 the count to Ryan Targach. Communication for the pitchers comes from that wristband. 2-1. Tar pops this up. The shortstop, Kanan Dodge, in shallow left for the first out in the second. Tar retired for Ali Camarillo. Camarillo had hit in every game until Sunday.
Yeah.
He was 0 for 3.
Impressed with the way he's handled the bat, too, because 28 plate appearances coming into tonight. He's only struck out twice.
That's all. Yeah. Check swing. Did he go on an appeal? Yes, says Scott Klein at first.
I really thought that was one of the storylines coming into this year. We mentioned earlier Gavin Grahovic's playing well at third base. He has to replace Trevor Werner while Ali has to replace Hunter Haas. Felt like he had 350 most of the year, ended right around 330, but Ollie's doing it as well early on.
Fastball down the heart, 0-2. I agree with you there.
With the glove and back.
Yeah.
And Oh, by the way, you got to replace Jack Moss at first base.
Yes, you do.
The guy that hit over 360 in his
Yeah.
career. I mean, it's such an infield last year. It's very difficult. But early on, guys are playing well.
0-2, blocked by Skinner, down and away. Appeal no swing, 1-2. The count to Camarillo. Well, especially when you have Caden Kent at second. Vitar can play second. Jack Bell can play second. Ted Burton can play second. There's a lot of versatility. That's not the only position that those guys can play. 1-2. Slide step. Bounced foul towards the Aggie dugout. Past Caden Kent. That on deck circle. That's what Schloss likes to use fall for. A little versatility.
When you have that many guys, you have to move them.
Well, I would joke with Caden Kent, Travis Chestnut, how many gloves did they have to bring on the road? You know, Caden was emergency catcher. He had the outfield glove, the infield glove. Worked out at first base. 1-2. Camarillo in on the hands, and he fouls that out of play right side.
But the first word you got on Ali Camarillo when he arrived, and it's understandable because he's a shortstop, is that they called him probably glove first, probably defense-oriented first. But you just look at the numbers and you say, hey, 371 at Cal State Northridge last year, 409 right now as an Aggie. Wait a minute, which one's first again?
Exactly. That's exactly right. The 1-2. He unloads on this one to right field, and that's got some carry. The grab is made all along the wall by River Orsak. Appel's got to hustle back to first. Well, opposite field power for Ali Camarillo. He heads back to the dugouts. He puts a good swing on this.
Out, but yeah, well struck. Let's see, I mean, one step and into the wall.
A couple more weeks when it's a little warmer, Will.
Orsak, yeah, Orsak just put 1 foot down and then was into the wall. That's how close it was.
Caden Kent went 2 for 3 on Sunday. He bats with 2 down and Appel at first. First pitch swinging, 2 hops. And then going the short route goes Varnado to Dodge for the final out. But the Aggies take a 2-0 lead as Ted Burton launches a 4. Kanan Dodge leads off the third. Second time seeing Christopher Cortez, and the first pitch is cut on and missed at 96. Dodge, one of 3 strikeouts for Cortez. Grahovac moves back at third. Sweeper stays high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Right side of the infield's deep. Grahovac a couple of steps behind third. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. 3 2-hit games already this season for Dodge. Here's the 1-2. Stayed under his hands, 2-2. Approaching 40 pitches for Christopher. Here's the 2-2. Down low. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It was just simple. You know, I get all the players introduce themselves, name and number, and he said Christopher Cortez. So I asked him, do you want to be known as Christopher this season? He said, yes, please. So your wish, our command. The 3-2 to Dodge. Under the hands again, too far inside. It's ball 4. Second walk by Cortez.
For as long as we've known him, Chris might be a little hard habit to break.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
As a broadcaster.
I'm with you on that.
But I'll give it my best, Christopher.
Shell the batter. Single to left his first time up. Now Grahovac takes a couple of steps to his left at third as Cortez misses with a fastball away. To the left-handed hitting Shell, 1-0. Dodge at first, the leadoff walk here in the third. 2-0 Aggies. 1-0. Breaking ball stays high and away. It's 2-0. Middle infield double play depth. Camarillo at short, Kent at second. Targach pulls on Dodge, and that fastball is low. It's 3-0. Pell's going to ask for a new baseball for Cortez.
Christopher's allowed a little traffic tonight.
Yeah.
He's done fine getting out of it. Stranded him loaded in the first. The double play ball helped in the second.
Missed on 4 pitches. Back-to-back walks. First and second with River Orsak.
That'll be a little of a concern. Looks like Max Weiner wants to come out and talk to him, the Aggies pitching coach, that was first pitch. They said last year 112 times Chris threw a strike on 0-0 or 1-1. He was hit for an extra base hit just twice. So the message in the visual said, look, don't be afraid to throw it over the plate. Because the walks, that's what's got him in the last couple of years.
Yep.
And he's got 3 of them here tonight. Don't be afraid to throw it over that plate. Because look, most of the time you're fine. It's positive. Negatives don't really happen when you throw it over the plate.
Runners at the corners. The 1-0 is back up the middle. And Lamar gets its first run on the RBI single by Braden Evans. He's driven in his 5th. To second goes Orsak as Dodge crosses the plate. 2-1. The Aggie lead cut in half.
Now, is that a little bit of proof? 2 batters ago, throws an 0-0 strike. The guy hits a ground ball, one of his infielders. Fell behind there, 1-0.
Yeah.
I mean, is that just coincidental? Or, I mean, the analytics show you that's how it works a lot of times.
Sweeper is a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 the count to Ruiz. Evans is now 2 for 2 off Cortez with that RBI. Ruiz drew a walk to load the bases in the first. First and second, 1 away here in the third. A run is in. He pumps that fastball on the inner half for a strike. It's 0-2. And I like the play Camarillo makes on the fielder's choice because he gets the big hop. If he charges, that's a really short hop. That could have messed everything up. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He chased that pitch down and away. Strikeout number 4 for Christopher Cortez as Ruiz heads back to the Lamar dugouts. Here's that break. Just what you were saying, Will. Appel setting up. That glove is almost eye high for Christopher to start. Here's Logan Hamm. To Grahovac, past him. He tried to backhand it. Coming around to third is Orsak, and this game is tied at 2.
I don't know if it'll be a hit or an error, but Gavin Grahovac, he's played solid at third base as a freshman, but would need another look at it. It might be something that Gavin would tell you I should have came up with, but also not necessarily a routine backhand either.
Tied at 2 for Drake Varnado. He starts him with that sweeper. That's up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. 53rd pitch by Cortez. That 1-0 pitch. This will be number 54. Swing and miss. 1-1. You always know when Chris is going well when he kind of spikes that right shoe on the mound after the pitch. And he did right there after the swing and a miss. 1-1 is the count of Varnado. Open stance from the right side. 2 down runners, first and second, 2 are in. Ground ball to Camarillo. Nice pick of the short hop and over to Targach for outs number 3. But Lamar strikes twice here in the third. We're all even for Jace Laviolette. Fastball by Jackson Cleveland beginning his 3rd inning of work is low and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Grahovac struck out his first time up. 1-0. That's a fastball down the heart for a strike. It's 1-1.
Mentioned it earlier. Grahovac, Laviolette, Montgomery, they all have a hit in every game except one, and then Schott behind them. He's got a hit in every game.
Swing and a miss. It's that slider that he missed for strike 3, and he gets ahead 1-2. One, two. The other way, foul. So one of the changes in baseball that Shoss was telling us about, it's not just the communication to the pitcher. All the fielders can use it. You can even use it on offense if you want. But all the fielders have that same information on that wrist. 1-2. Oh, he tried to get him with that breaking ball down and away, just missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Krohovac lays off that one. Leading off the third, tied at 2. The 2-2 in on the fist, a roller to short. Dodge, long throw to first in time to get Krohovac last step. 1 down. And here's Laviolette. A hustle double his first time up. Was balked to third and then scored on a wild pitch. Cleveland comes into Krohovac's kitchen and gets Gavin to ground out to short. It's a long throw by Dodge that he makes look easy. And that's going to do it for Cleveland. That's a good outing for Jackson Cleveland. He goes 2 1/3, 2 runs, 3 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Officially 47 pitches. This break in play is brought to you by La Casa Tequila. Take some time to enjoy the rest of this game responsibly with La Casa's smooth tequila for rugged country. It is a pitching change for Lamar. We are going to step aside on the radio network. Tied at 2, 1 down, the base is empty. We'll tell you who the new Lamar pitcher is when we return. Pitching change for the Cardinals. You're listening to Texas A&M Baseball.
Your attention please now, pitching for Lamar, 53, Nick Abbott.
Our pitcher comes in, making his 4th appearance. One of those is a start. Jace Laviolette is the first man that he will see. First pitch is a cold strike. Hayward a 7.94 ERA, 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned.
This is skied down right field line by the bullpen, and that's going to sail on out of here. Jace Laviolette, high and deep enough, breaking the tie. 3-2 Texas A&M. Lord Tubbington with his 6th home run. It's got to get, what, 340 where he hits it. And as Orsak goes to that wall, it's out of his reach and into the bullpen. 3-2 A&M. Bubbles for Tubbington. 3-2 A&M.
The exit angle, the launch angle, 52 degrees, and man, brought rain coming down.
One hopper, Montgomery outs. First baseman Braden Evans.
Didn't get everything in on Hayward. Laviolette greeted him that quickly. One thing Lamar has to like with Hayward in his 5 2/3 innings pitch, 6 strikeouts, no walks, and he is from Bridge City, Texas, down there by Beaumont. Hayward transferred from UL Lafayette.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
So he went across the Sabine, then came on back across it to go to the bar.
Yeah. Here's Hayden's shot. Slightly open stance for the left-handed hitter facing the righty Haver. Down and in. Ball and a strike. Laviolette with his 6th home run. Breaks the tie. It's 3-2 Aggies here in the 3rd. Change for a strike. 1-2. Down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count to Schott.
Hayden introduced everybody to the Fungo Golf League.
Yes, he
yesterday.
did. Yes, he did. They're the leaders after 1 week.
He and Jace Laviolette.
Yeah.
So when we saw him today in the dugout before the game, we said, hey, you rigged it.
Yeah.
That's a stacked deck.
Yeah, but Jackson Appel and Caden Sorrell, they're happy. They're only
like
a stroke back.
behind.
Yeah. Shot the other way, foul. Lifted out of play.
Those are the things that make baseball so fun. The off day, they gather.
You know you like one another when you gather on your off day to be together again. Yeah.
Play a little Fungo golf here.
They even explained the course to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2-2. Missed away. And it incorporates Tom Chandler and Mark Johnson in their retired numbers on the outfield wall.
And then the other 2 circles out on the outfield fence, the SEC logos.
Schott draws a walk with 2 outs here in the 3rd. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. All along the Texas A&M Sports Network. Teddy 2 times 2 bags is up. He homered to lead off the 2nd inning. Slider from Haver's a strike. Should it be 2 times 2 bags or 2 plus 2 bags? Either way, it's 4.
We're going to have to figure this out.
You know, at some point, he's just going to say, call me Burton. Fastball away, gets by Skinner. Doesn't leave enough for Schott to take off. It's just under his right leg. Ball and a strike to Burton. As Will had mentioned, Burton, a 411-foot home run. Leading off the 2nd off the light pole and left. 1-1 to him, shots at first, 2 away, and he chops that off his left foot. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Man, we've had some great crowds to start the season, particularly after the 7,000 on opening night. It is quality again on this Tuesday, and I love the fact that we have them standing behind left field in front of the rec center again.
I'm with you. We're going to bring back Aggie Alley
It's
one
coming.
way or another.
It's coming on.
Slider down and away. Misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All we need is Shesh, right? to build the platform out there.
When Aggie Alley is full again, it's going to bring a tear to John Cheshire.
Yes, it is. Shots at first, 2 away, 2-2 to Burton. He launches another one towards left. It's a liner. It's off the base of the wall. Schott is hustling. He'll stop at 3rd. There's 2 bags for Ted Burton.
That's why.
2nd and 3rd.
He'll get there eventually. The double. So Andrew, he hit a foul ball earlier, 105 off the bat. The home run, I believe, was 103. This double down the line and left the bat at 104. Teddy Burton is seeing it and swinging it well.
Yeah, 2 for 2, 6 bases. Yeah, you're right. Taking into account that foul that came prior to the home run. Here's Jackson Appel, switch hitter batting left against the righty Haver. He misses away. 1 ball and no strikes. Appel has 1 of the 5 Aggie hits. 2nd and 3rd, 2 down, 3-2 A&M here in the 3rd. Again away, backhanded by Zach Skinner. With 2 outs, Schott works the walk, and then Burton doubles off the base of the left field wall. 2nd and 3rd, 2 away. It's a 2 ball, no strike count to Jackson Appel. Over for a strike for a change. 2-1. Hayward staying from the stretch, runners second and third. Burton's the runner at second, shots at third. 2-1 to Appel. At the knees on the outer half for a strike. It's 2-2. The run is in on the Jace Laviolette home run, his 6th. He made it 3-2 Aggies. The 2-out walk to shot, the double by Burton, second and third, the 2-2. Appel down and in, blocked by Skinner, does not get out of the dirt circle. Count full. Three and 2 to Jackson Appel, 2 down. Runners at second and third for the Aggies. On the first base side of the rubber, the 3-2 pitch. He hits this a long way. Hello, Section 12. Over Section 12, a 3-run home run for Jackson Appel. He hits it 445 to right. His first homer as an Aggie, his first RBIs. It's 3 of them with one swing of the bat. 6-2 A&M. So, well, you know the way I think. How important is the shot walk, right? He was behind in the count and gets on base to keep this inning going.
It's all with 2 outs, yeah.
Absolutely.
Hello, Section 12. Goodbye, Section 12, because they just watched it sail right over them.
They had a little bit of hope they might be getting it. Ties up Targach inside. Hey, we're going to get one. No, we're not. Like these bubbles, it just kept on sailing over them. 4 runs here in the third, 6-2 A&M. 2-0 to Targach. Fastball, outer half of the knees. It's 2-1. Facing 5 batters, 2 homers, a double, a walk, and a ground out to first for Peyton Hayward.
It's a great point you make, because that is a sign to me of a great offense. You get the Laviolette home run, then you get an out, second out of the inning. So many times that's just it. All right, 2 outs, nobody on. You don't concede an inning, but it almost feels like that sometimes. For this team to draw a quality walk with shot, double, home run, and they can strike like that, that's the mark of a good offense. 2 outs, nobody on. Real quickly, it's 3 runs.
2 hoppers to second. Varnado to first, retiring Targach and retiring the Aggies, but not before Texas A&M plates 4 home runs by Laviolette. That's a solo shot. The 3-run home run by Jackson Appel. And the Aggies have a 6-2 lead. We head to the
Falks in the inning, as well as an Aggie error. Tied it at 2. And in the bottom of the third, the Aggies can put up a 4 spot. And we're on to the middle innings. First pitch swinging from Skinner, and he'll be thrown out by the Aggies shortstop, Ali Camarillo. That's what you need now that you work with the lead. 1 pitch, 1 out.
0-0 count, swinging ground out short.
Max Weiner knows what he's talking about with the analytics.
Will, what it is, it's the why to the athlete, right? Here's the why. Here's why, not just, hey, throw for a strike. Here's why.
Right, and you just give them that visual and numbers that prove it. And the why is right there for them. So a ground out by Zach Skinner, 1 down. Luke Bumpus to the plate. First pitch to him will miss low and away on a breaking ball. It's 1-0. Bumpus earlier grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. High and tight. That went behind Bumpus and then went all the way to the backstop. 94 miles per hour. It caromed off the bricks and then rolled all the way out at first base where Ryan Targach grabbed it.
It's hard enough to hit it when the pitch is in front of you. Behind it has to be a nightmare from Christopher.
2-0 pitch. And he got that over for a strike, 2-1.
And then throw that pitch on the black. Are you kidding me?
I would say he's off balance. Bumpus has to be at this point. Christopher, the 2-1 pitch. On its way. Swing and a miss. That's another breaking ball low and away. It's what those right-handers have so much trouble with.
Yeah.
And he's got the count back to 2-2.
That's our friend Mark Johnson, right, running out of bat. It's always stayed with me.
Exactly. On the low and away. 2-2. That one spiked in the dirt. Nice backhand by Jackson Appel, even though there's not a runner on base. It was a good pick. Full count now. Right on right matchup here. These are usually favorable for Christopher Cortez. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he struck out Luke Bumpus.
And Will, that's the sink of Christopher Cortez. Bumpus, it's over top of that. Appel with the glove, as high as it is, watch the ball sink. Can't get it.
Yep.
The problem was the trajectory was low, so it'd be in the dirt. So to your point, as you were saying, and we got a chance to see it here on Plus, the glove is up, and then the sink, it comes at the knees, and over top is Bumpus.
Empty was Bumpus. Now it's the top of the order in Kanan Dodge. First pitch to him, low and away. 1-0 to Dodge, who has struck out and walked tonight. That is also low and away on a 96 miles per hour fastball. 2-0. Aggies leading this one 6-2. 6 hits for the Aggies, 4 for Lamar. A&M has an error on the board. 2-0 pitch. That just was below the zone with the fastball. So 3 balls, no strikes. Likely the take sign for Kanan Dodge. Here is that 3-0. Missed low and away. So with 2 down, he walks Dodge on 4 straight pitches for Christopher Cortez tonight. 5 Ks, but the 4 base on balls issue.
That was pitch number 65 for him.
Tim Schlossnagle stepped out of the A&M dugout briefly. I think they were just exchanging baseballs. Here's Jack Shell. That is way high and way outside, and it went to the backstop. Ball 1, and Kanan Dodge goes to second base on the wild pitch. That's 2 big misses this inning for Christopher Cortez. He did get the first 2 Cardinals, then walked Dodge, and 1-0 to Shell after throwing the second pitch to the backstop this frame.
So Jackson Appel will go to the mound. You get 6 defensive conferences, 3 by a coach, 3 by the field, and you can borrow one. The fielders can from the coach if you'd like. A coach cannot borrow one from. That's Weston Moss, number 21, Brad Rudis, number 32 in the Aggie bullpen. So the Aggies have used 1 by Max Wiener, so that's 1 by the coach, 1 by a defensive player. So 4 left, 2 apiece.
Back to action after the Jackson Appel meeting with Christopher Cortez on the mound. And the 1-0 pitch will miss high, 2-0.
Caden Kent slides towards the middle from second base. Now moves back.
2-0 on its way, and he found the zone, pumped him a strike, inner half. Christopher back to work with the 2-1. Fouled off. So he's starting to work back into the zone. Shell fouled that straight back, and it's 2-2. Christopher possibly a pitch away from getting out of this inning. And he would like to strand a Cardinal runner in Dodge at second base. Right on left matchup. Shell tonight, a single and a walk. Here's the 2-2. Swinging foul ball out of play.
Have to be mindful of Dodge. Got a huge secondary lead on that pitch by Cortez.
We'll do a 2-2 all over again. The leg kick and the delivery. Swing and a miss, and he blew 97 miles per hour right by him, and Christopher Cortez has his 6th strikeout, and that strands Caden Dodge at the team lowest in the nation. 6.5 strikeouts to every walk. That ratio is also #1 in the nation. That was entering tonight. A&M due up in the bottom of the 4th with a 6-2 lead. And Ali Camarillo leading off. He flew out deep to right his first time up. One step from the wall, it was caught by River Orsak. Ali nearly left the yard his first time. First pitch to him here in the bottom of the 4th of ball. The 1-0 is on its way, and that is called a strike. So it evens the count to Ali. 1-1.
Havard is out. Peyton Havard, who gave up those 4 runs, gave the Aggies the 6-2 lead.
It's a new Cardinal pitcher. That's a called strike to Ali Camarillo. It's 1-2.
Kyle Mosley, transfer from Angelo State. He's from Cinco Ranch High School.
Havard out, Mosley in on the mound for the Cardinals. The 1-2, swinging, hard hit, opposite field. In right on the run, and not able to make the catch on the slide is Orsak, and rounding first and heading to second is Camarillo. Hit it pretty well to right toward the line, and it was a long run for Orsak. He tried to slide and make the catch, and he couldn't come up with it. Camarillo gets to second base.
That pitch is away. He goes with it. Orsak's attempt in right can't come up with it, but because it's out in front of Ali, he's taking off all the way. And Orsak recovers nicely. The throw is on the outfield side of second base, and that's where Camarillo is with 2 bases.
Lead double. And Caden Kent at the plate. And the first pitch to him, a called strike. Caden bounced into a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning.
3rd appearance for Mosley, 2 2/3 innings. He pitched an inning against North Alabama, an inning and 2/3 in the win over UTSA.
Trickler, third base side. Thrown out as Caden Kent, but it moves Camarillo to third.
Just a beautiful job, and when the 3rd baseman Ruiz comes in, 3rd base is occupied, and Camarillo can get to 3rd easily. So Caden lays that down, that 3rd base side. 3rd baseman charges, gets Kent. Sacrifice successful, moving Camarillo to 3rd in the top of the order.
It's a little unusual for Jim Schlossnagle offense. He's not big on the sac bunt.
No, and when you have seen bunts by Camarillo, it's Ali doing it.
That's right, not moving over. Infield is in on the middle. Gavin Grahovac, the hitter, swing and a miss on the first pitch. Gavin 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. So Dodge at shortstop, Varnado at second base. They are playing in. Cardinals don't want to allow any more. Already down 6-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. That just tipped the end of the bat for Gavin Grahovac. Foul ball. He's down to the count 0-2.
And Gavin's job is to get Camarillo in with just 1 down. Number of different ways to do it. Just became harder down 0-2.
Pitch on its way, swinging, ground ball. That is up the middle, and it's under the glove of Varnado, and it will score. Camarillo back up the middle, did his job, and it got through the infield. Grahovac swinging away, brings in Ali Camarillo.
Okay, so the infield's in. You're on the edge of the grass. And the second baseman, Varnado, thinks he's going to have enough time. I'm not sure he gets Camarillo at home on this, though, because he's off on contact, the backhand, and he may have lifted the head just a bit sooner because Camarillo breaks on that contact. If you're bringing the infield in, well, you've got to field that ball and keep that runner at 3rd. That's the whole reason you bring that infield in. Now, easier said than done, the way Grahovac hits the ball, I get it. But Varnado, your second baseman's got to make that play.
I think you're right that Varnado just pulled up too quickly.
I think so.
Because it was under his glove. Here's Laviolette, double and a home run tonight. 6th home run of the year for Laviolette back in the 3rd inning.
The other thing is he's in a position, he's not in a great position to throw home on that play.
You got to get around on the ball.
Yes, you do.
He was going to backhand and try to fire
or
home.
even come up a little bit
and he
backhand.
Probably wasn't going to get a lot on the throw
I don't
off
think
the
so.
backhand. 2-0 now to Laviolette. Left on left matchup. Foul ball off the netting just above the Aggie dugout.
It's now 10 runs batted in for Gavin.
LaViolette here at the plate, 16 batted in on the season. Told you tonight he came in second in the SEC in RBIs, top 10 in the nation at 7th. 2-1 pitch inside, almost hit him down around the knees.
I remember Schloss was saying, I'm not sure if we're going to lead off, Gavin, not sure, and then it took until Sunday. 2 games, and he was in the top spot.
Didn't last too long.
Short rib tacos.
3-1 pitch, blistered to right. But having him played was River Orsack. He was right there at the warning track. Line out to right, deep right for LaViolette.
I apologize. Food came in, I got too excited.
Why would you apologize for that?
Short rib tacos, chocolate chunk cookie, and chocolate milk.
How spoiled are we this season?
Thank you, Marge, with Levy. Yeah,
It just keeps coming.
it does.
And we don't
I will
complain
share.
a bit.
I will
we
share.
don't complain a bit.
And there's-
I will take one of those tacos.
There's 3 in this booth.
Hey, Dave Elmendorf,
Yeah, he knows how to pick them.
football and baseball legend, joining us here in the booth tonight. Our football broadcast partner.
3-sport All-American, right? Academic as well. Oh, wait a second.
Wait,
You get your own.
We now have 6 tacos. Six-pack now.
Yeah. Okay, now
This
I can easily share.
This 6-pack of tacos will not help our 6-pack. But we have we've lost concern for that long ago.
I have a 1-pack, my friend.
I just have a pack. Yeah. I got a case worth. Braden Montgomery's the hitter. It's a 2-0 count. Aggies leading now 7-2. Swinging foul ball right side out of play. That's going to go onto the east lawn.
I half expect Boomer to just come up on a Tuesday just to sit in that booth to see if they'll feed him.
I got to call my TV partner out on opening night.
Oh.
Went to the concession stand and ordered 4 pretzel dogs.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he really?
I think he's watching tonight.
Who ate more, Boomer or Rhodey?
Well, that's tough.
Because Rhodey could put away some
That's a
Uncrustables
tough
now.
call. Foul ball. Off the bat of Braden Montgomery. It's a 2-1 count. Now 3-1 on that pitch, low and in. Aggies have a run home here in the bottom of the 4th. The Aggies lead 7-2 on this Tuesday night. Grahovac at first base getting his lead. 3-1 to Braden Montgomery, swinging foul ball out of play. Right side again. Boomer text earlier said he was watching. I wanted to see if he caught that shot at him about his concession stand order on opening night.
He's probably crafting a response as we
he
speak.
put away the colossal rib sandwich on Friday. He had some lobster Sunday.
The
Are you
lobster
kidding
fries.
me?
When Scott Clendenin told me that he didn't like lobster,
Oh man.
it never went to the other side of this
Nuh-uh,
table. No.
See, I had to share. Full count pitch to Braden Montgomery. That will miss, and he walks, and there are 2 aboard. Grahovac moves to second base.
Texas Aggies.
2 down in the inning.
5, Hayden Shaw.
Hayden Schott coming to the plate. Speaking of food, we had Hayden Schott on the Studio 12 podcast a couple of weeks ago. Ever since, there hadn't been a day go by where I didn't think about chicken parm sandwiches.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
said he used to get them at a deli in North Manhattan. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When he was at Columbia.
Yep. Yep. And I started
like to
sending
get
you
a-
pictures of delis in New
Yeah,
York with.
that didn't help.
That didn't help at
No.
all. But then as I'm going through that, Will, I'm finding the veal parm sandwiches, the meatball parm sandwiches as well. And I'm
It's
like,
called going down a rabbit hole.
yes, it is. Yep. But we're short rib taco tonight.
All right, short rib taco, cookies and milk as well, as we continue to stay spoiled in this, not the milk, us. We're spoiled in this 2024 season. Hayden Schott's got a 1-1 count, a ball, then a strike. Hayden has struck out swinging. He's also walked and scored a run. He's trying to extend his hit streak to 8 games in a row. He's hit safely in all of the previous 7. Left on left matchup here. That was outside. He went for it. He couldn't get there. He's down to the count 1-2. Got a feeling we're going to eat well in 2024, my friend.
Marge with Levy just spoiling us.
We're appreciative of it. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Aggies read it well, and both runners will move up. Didn't get too far away from Skinner. He had to go up to the third base line to run it down, but by that time, Grahovac had taken third, and Montgomery was on his way to second.
And I understand what Skinner's thinking. Sometimes that trail runner takes his time, right? But Montgomery absolutely did not. He knew he couldn't get Grahovac at third, and there was no chance at Montgomery, who hustled into second.
So two in scoring position. This pitch is low in the dirt. Hayden, a nice job of staying off of that. So you got a full count now with 2 outs. First base is open. Aggies looking for more. Already 1 home in this inning. A&M has scored in every inning at bat tonight. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the third, 1 here in the fourth. Full count pitch to Hayden on its way. That missed outside. And for the second time tonight, Schott will draw a walk. The bases are loaded for Teddy Burton, who has barreled some up tonight. Teddy Burton, a home run, solo shot in the second, a double in the third. The double exit velocity was 104 miles per hour. The home run exit velocity was 103. He also hit a foul ball that was faster than both of those off the
Montgomery and Schott, but just a good job to get those walks, not try to force anything. And it gets this lineup to the number 5 man. Ted Burton has just been so good this evening.
Teddy Burton's been the man tonight. 2 for 2, double home run. Makes him 8 for 18 on the year and a 4.44 average. The transfer from Michigan takes that high and tight from Towson on the first pitch. Next offering on the way. That's a called strike. And it's 1-1.
Towson's a Klein High School product. Wharton Junior College before coming to Lamar.
1-1 pitch on its way. That was off speed. And that is a call strike. That was 74. And you could tell it looked like he took something way off. So Ted Burton, a 1-2, swinging. He got enough of that to stay alive, but fouled it down, and it trickled back behind home plate.
Up, down, in, out, change speeds, right? We've seen that already from Towson for Lamar.
Next pitch, upstairs, way out of the zone, high.
Now everybody gets moving.
Yep. Grahovac, Montgomery, Schott, all on base. A&M trying to extend their 7-2 lead. Right on right, Burton swinging, foul ball as the runners were breaking. Full count here. Fouled that toward the on-deck circle where Jackson Appel waits, but all eyes on Teddy Burton now. He has swung it well so far. And the bags are full of his teammates right now. Towson, another full count pitch, not on its way. He wheeled around and looked at second base. Didn't make a throw there. Now it looks like Will Davis, the Lamar head coach, has immediately come out to talk with home plate umpire Joe Harris.
He's allowed 1 step off. That would be a step off since he did not throw. And it may have been to reset the clock. Remember, the batter has to be in an alert by 10 seconds on that pitch clock. I don't know if that's what Will Davis is talking about, but Towson was running out of time. He doesn't have to throw there, but now he can't step off. I know it's a different count.
Swing and a miss on the 3-2 pitch, and he struck out Ted Burton. A&M gets a run. They'll strand them loaded, but the Aggies, they lead 7-2 over Lamar now on this Tuesday night. This is Texas A&M. Orsak against Cortez went 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fielder's choice. He is the first man to look at Weston Moss. First pitch, a ball away, 1-0.
Moss had a fastball 92-97. Primary pitch is a change, says Max Weiner. He's got 2 sliders.
High and tight on this pitch, 2-0.
We'll go with a big looping sideways curve, and then he's got a tighter one that he likes to command early in the counts. very similar to Robert Hogan, who's now at Kentucky, with 2 different sliders.
2-0 pitch, and he finds his own. 2 balls and a strike to River Orsak. Coming out of Lake Creek High School, Weston was rated as a top 20 prospect in the state and top 10 among right-handed pitchers. At a 1.20 ERA his senior year of high school. That's high and tight. And Orsak had to lower the helmet to get out of the way of it.
That's the 3rd slider that just doesn't. There's no bite to it.
Yeah. Didn't have the cut, the break.
No.
3-1. Comes back at 92 and catches the outer half right there on the corner. So a full count to River Orsak.
So Schlot's just going with the Montgomery pipeline, right?
That's pretty good. Montgomery can play some ball down there. 3-2 pitch, swinging, fly ball, right center field. Montgomery and Laviolette trying to get over there in the gap. And Laviolette with that speed. I mean, he can run with that tall frame. And he actually got there somewhat easy.
Glides, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He just glides. He just chews up so much ground with that frame and each step. But a really good pitch by Moss when he needed it. That's when he throws the changeup. And he gets that fly ball to right center.
He gets the leadoff hitter, all important.
Most importantly, right?
Now he's got to get Braden Evans, who's 2 for 2 tonight. He's hit this in the air to left field. Down the line, heading over there, Hayden shot. He will make the catch right on the left field line. So 2 down now in the top of the 5th.
He covers some ground as well. First time, as Will mentions, Evans is retired. And that kind of came back to Schott as he was running towards that left field line, but 2 up, 2 down for Weston Moss.
Trying to get through a smooth first inning of work, Weston Moss. Here's Ethan Ruiz, a walk and a strikeout. First pitch, swinging, looped, right over second base. Caden Kent is right there. That's an easy catch, and that's a pretty easy inning for Weston Moss. 3 up, 3 down. The Aggies lead. It's a rarity to be that deep behind the plate,
Agreed.
I think.
Agreed.
With these guys. Swinging again, fouled straight back. Jackson could do it. Max Coffer could do it. Hank Bard's been really good.
The Barty Party, as Hayden Schott calls it.
That's why you told Hayden when we got here tonight, you are a treasure.
He's a treasure.
He's fantastic. That's a bouncing ball at first base. Braden Evans will take the bag unassisted. Jackson Appel will ground out to start the 5th. Aggie half of the 5th. All right, Targot's going to hit now. All these nicknames, and now he wears number 12, and you call him the 12th man, but you cannot forget the Hallettsville Hammer.
Can't. No, and did he hammer one on Sunday?
My goodness. I mean, first pitch to him here, a strike, 0-1. Hit hard into the right center field gap. Ryan Targot's a base knock. Big round of first base, but he will stay put right there. Nice job by River Orsak getting into the gap and getting to it. But Ryan Targotch has a base hit, a single, and he's 1 for 3.
Will, we thought Ryan Targotch had a bone spur in the foot. It ended up being scarring of plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
It's scarred over.
Yeah.
So that's why he's able to possibly go for 2, because he's healthy. He did all of this in the last over a year.
Dealt with that foot problem
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yes, he has.
Coming into this season, the healthiest he has been as a college baseball player. Ali Camarillo doubled his last time. Ali has put 2 good swings on the ball opposite field tonight. Flew out deep to right in front of the fence in the 2nd inning, and then doubled to right in the 4th. First pitch to him here, a ball, 1-0. Tauzine looking at Targotch at first base, threw over there on a pickoff move. Ryan back diving safely.
Completely different from Wagner this past weekend that threw over a ton of times, right?
They weren't shy about it.
No.
The 1-0. That's low and away. 2 balls, no strikes to Ali Camarillo.
Shesh is going to get mad at me because I'm taking a photo of what we have here in the booth. This is how I lure him back to the booth with food.
Well, Shesh wants to remain relevant. We'll show him relevance here in our booth tonight.
He's all part of our crew.
Shesh, don't worry, you're always relevant. It's 2-0 to Ali Camarillo. Swinging, hard hit. That is just off the bag at third base. If it can get over the bag, it's extra bases, but was just foul. 2-1 now to Ali. Right on right matchup here. Camarillo taps the plate, steps back in, looks out at Talzine. Here's the 2-1. That's going to catch the zone outer half. 2-2.
This was Shoss was talking about activity in the bullpen, seeing a number of pitches, and he talked about the difficulty of not seeing a pitcher a second time as a hitter, to have to see different pitchers every time you come to the plate.
Camarillo awaits a 2-2. He'll have to wait a little longer. Another throw over to first base, where Ryan Targach is back diving safely. Two pitch inside for a ball way in. Ali had to get out of the way. Full count pitch coming. Here it is, the 3-2. Upstairs, too high, ball 4. Ali Camarillo walks. A&M has runners on first and second with 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Aggies leading the ball game where it counts in the run column, 7-2.
That's the 4th walk by Lamar's pitching staff, the first for Towson.
Caden Kent steps in from the left side. A fielder's choice, and he also laid down a sacrifice bunt perfectly up the third base line his last time up. Hit this hard. Past the diving first baseman Braden Evans into right field. Caden Kent drives home Ryan Targach, and on all of that, on the single, Ali Camarillo went around to third base. 8-2 A&M.
First pitch swinging, and he drives this one into right field. The team play the last time with the sacrifice, and right here, he gets all of that one, pulls it past the first baseman, and that's his first RBI of the season.
So the Aggies keep on with the offense. Gavin Grahovac here. Foul ball. In play or out of play, it is just barely going to get out of play on the railing of the steps of the Lamar dugout, first base side. They weren't able to run it down.
When you don't play here, you don't know it's coming back, right? That came back, that hit in front of, that
you
hit
can
in foul
give up
territory.
on balls
Yeah.
that end up landing right on the turf.
You know, once it gets above this overhang, it comes back. Yep.
Blow it back toward
And the hardest thing is the rest of that dugout doesn't know that either, right? So they can't give them any help.
It's really only the Aggies who know it because they play here so often.
Yep.
It's an 0-2 count now to Grahovic as that last pitch is a strike. Gavin's 1 for 3 in this game. That's in the dirt out in front of home plate. Nice block by Zach Skinner, the catcher. So A&M has scored in every inning tonight. They've put up 1 here in the TX Whiskey bottom of the 5th. Looking for more with Camarillo at third base and Caden Kent at first base. Gavin Grahovac with a 1-2 count. Talzin, the right-hander, with that 1-2 delivery. That is a off-speed breaking ball at 75 miles per hour that stayed well in. 2-2.
Boy, Ollie does a great job. He gets the lead. As far as the third baseman is off the back, you go that. And then that secondary lead by Ollie, he's coming down that line. Skinner's got to be good back there.
Hard hit center field, backing up at the track. Will it get out of here? No, he brought it back, but he didn't make the catch. I think he just saved the home run, did Jack Shell in center field, but he didn't make the catch. The ball fell to the turf. And a run will score as Grahovac gets to second and Kent goes to third. Camarillo is in. It's 9-2 Aggies. But Shell may have just brought back a homer.
He hits his 406
to dead away center field. We're getting a replay on our monitor. Shell goes on top of the wall, saves the homer, but cannot hang on. The ball falls to the warning track. Grahovac crushed that. He gets a double. He gets an RBI. 9-2 A&M.
That's his second RBI of the game. Another pitching change for Lamar. Come on, that's ridiculous power straight away. And, oh, by the way, if you're going to make your debut this season, go face number 17.
I mean, he's already having a night, too. He's blistered 3 balls tonight. That's high and away to Jace Laviolette. Jace, a double in the first. 6th home run of the year he launched in the 3rd. Even his out tonight was a liner, hard to right and deep. He's 2 for 3. That's off speed, and Jace is out in front of it. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Talking with Ryan Brauninger, he said because it was above 50 degrees, the launch angle, right? It's considered a pop-up in Major League Baseball. His pop-up went 340.
Yeah, his pop-up landed in the bullpen. And these aren't the bullpens in foul territory.
No, and by Brawny giving us the info, I told him he can invoice. He and Richard Zane to our right.
Text you every night. Even.
And I will accept that text every night.
Attaboy. 1-2 now to Laviolette. That was a foul ball. Here's another foul ball first base side. Stick with the same count.
This is going to be interesting, I think, as the season goes on, Will. Your best pitch may be a fastball, right? I'm not sure you throw that to Jace Laviolette or Braden Montgomery. So now you're going with your second best pitch sometimes against Jace. You're not as confident in that. Or do you throw with what you do best? It's going to be an interesting battle between pitchers and guys like Jace Laviolette of the Aggies.
1-2 pitch. That's high and away. Yeah, because what you throw best is what he doesn't miss often.
Right, right. So do you have confidence in that second or third pitch to do that?
Here's a swinging Jace Laviolette, and he looped that into center field, and that's a base hit. 1 run home. Here comes another play at the plate. Sliding in safely is Gavin Grahovac, and that's after Caden Kent had already scored. And Jace Laviolette, couple of RBIs there. He's driven in 3 tonight. That gives him 18 for the year, and A&M is now up 11-2.
He takes that off the shoe tops, goes down to a knee, and serves this into center field. And it's read beautifully. Grahovac turns, sees it's going to fall, and then tears to the plate and gets under the tag of Skinner at home.
A&M thus far a 4 spot in the TX Whiskey, bottom of the 5th. Here is Braden Montgomery. Braden's 0 for 2. He has walked in this game. First pitch to him was a ball. This one is as well. 2-0. A&M 11 runs on 12 hits. Lamar 2 runs on 4 hits.
By the way, run rule is
on this Tuesday night. We were caught off guard by that on Sunday.
Yeah, we were. But I didn't realize the best way from College Station to Staten Island was through Phoenix.
Wow. How about Wagner's travel home? 3-0 to Montgomery. That's a call strike. Yeah, Wagner left College Station, flew to Phoenix, essentially 2 hours in the wrong direction, and then flew to New York City. We were told they were going to get home to their campus in Staten Island at 7 a.m. on Monday. Three high on the pitch to Montgomery. He walks.
Hope no one had the 8 o'clock class on Monday.
Oh, man.
Right?
That's an excused absence.
Yes, yes, it is. And I don't know. I was taking a look. Craig Noto, their head coach, what he put out on social media the entire weekend was fantastic. And I know it's not an enjoyable 3-game series, but he was very appreciative of the atmosphere, what his players got to experience.
He was a joy to talk to.
You've got some stories, man.
Man. Here's Hayden Schott. One of those that Noto said, he told this to Boomer White on Saturday. The guys that just hit, Grahovac, Laviolette, and Montgomery. He called them the $20 million men. He said because when they're done in college, one's going to sign for $8 million, the other two are going to sign for $6. They're the $20 million men. He said the only thing I hadn't figured out is which one's signing for $8 million. And he said, how do we get these guys out? How do you get Grahovac, Laviolette, and Montgomery out? It's 0-2 to Hayden Schott. There's a soft toss to second base.
And again, no chance to get him, but it allows him to still have that step off during this batter, Hayden Schott.
Yeah, you don't want to waste it.
No.
Because you don't get another. New rules that were in place starting with last year. In the dirt, spiked, and it got away from the catcher, Zach Skinner. Really nothing he could do about that. Wild pitch. Laviolette moves to third. Montgomery goes to second.
And the third wild pitch by Lamar pitchers.
Hayden Schott has a 1-2 count.
This is as deep an outfield as I've seen.
Swinging, center field. Won't get down. It'll be run down by Jack Shell, but that will bring Laviolette home from third base. A 5-run TX Whiskey bottom of the 5th. And it's 12-2 A&M over Lamar now.
So Hayden Schott struck out his first time up, walk, sac fly. And because that wild pitch, it is a sac fly instead of just a fly to center. As both Laviolette and Montgomery taking that extra base on the wild pitch, and Jace able to score.
Ted Burton is the 9th Aggie to hit in this inning. First pitch to him, a call strike. Ted, a home run, a double, and a strikeout tonight. He's 2 for 3. Ripped a home run over the left field wall to start the second inning. That's a called strike. Teddy down on the count, 0-2. But then he got back to Teddy 2 bags with the double in the third.
Yes, he did.
Oh, 0-2. Right on right matchup. Pitch on the way, swinging. That is struck opposite field, foul toward the east lawn. Look out over there.
Or as Mikey Honer, social media this weekend. Did you see that foul ball that went into Doug? And he dropped the "Oh, watch your lips." Which is so Mikey.
It's good to see him McNeese weekend.
It was, wasn't it?
That's high for a ball, 1-2 to Ted Burton.
What was said to you? Hey, can we have him for a couple of years before he finally comes
Yeah,
back? Right?
the McNeese head coach, Justin Hill, told Mikey, you're wearing the wrong colors. Justin Hill said, look, he'll be an Aggie again. Let us just have him for a little while. He knows Mikey's rising in the ranks fast and will be a great coach.
That's exciting, isn't it? And for Justin to give him that opportunity to allow him to rise, I think that's wonderful.
McNeese has won 4 in a row. 2-2 pitch, foul ball. I told you about some of these Southland teams earlier. McNeese, they're on a 4-game win streak. UIW 7-1. A&M is their only loss. These Lamar Cardinals come in here at 5-2. And we said that it's changed a little because of realignment with the Southland, but there's always some strong baseball.
Always.
Teddy Burton, foul ball off the bag at third base. His count is still 2-2.
They're trying everything to keep him off balance, so he'll foul it off to the right side. He'll foul it off to the left side. Keep his count 2-2, and just the number of pitches that Ted Burton is seeing.
Another 2-strike pitch. This is hard hit, ground ball, base hit. That goes back up the middle. Here comes Braden Montgomery around third. He will score. RBI knock for Ted Burton. He's 3 for 4 tonight.
By seeing all those pitches, he gets one that he can take back up the middle, and it is an RBI, second of the game. All those that he was able to fight off. And because it's 2 outs, Montgomery's going. He does a nice job as well, leaping over that ball. But he scores easily, and Burton another RBI.
And the Cardinals to the bullpen again. It's 13-2. A&M leads. This is a 6-run inning. For comprehensive coverage of college baseball and softball all season long, tune in to SiriusXM.
The minors. Dustin Signs keeps rising.
They're going to break through soon.
Yeah. I'm not naming all of them. Here's Hank Bard. We just talked about catchers, weren't we, Will? Here's Hank Bard hitting for Jackson Appel. Foster Cruiser is the new pitcher for Lamar. He's a right-hander.
Hank Bard, part of that depth behind the plate.
Another debut.
Hank was really good in fall ball. Kept it going in preseason camp when he's gotten his chances at the plate this season. He is not disappointed. He launched a grand slam on Friday night against Wagner. The 4th game Hank will play in. One of them is a start. He's 2 for 4 on the season. First pitch to him here, a strike. It's 0-1. Next pitch, swinging, fly ball, left field, tracking back and in front of the wall on the warning track. Luke Bumpus will make the catch. That will end the inning, but the Aggies get 6 runs in the bottom of the 5th. And the Aggies lead 13-2. Back in a bit.
Runs, 2 hits in an inning, and Luke comes on for Luke Jackson. Strike throwing right-hander. About 92, 93. He's got the ride and he's got the run, and a short, tight slider as well. And when he throws the changeup, it's about 12 miles an hour slower. Right around 80 is the changeup, changing speeds for the big right-hander.
First pitch was a ball to Logan Ham. This is a called strike. It's 1-1. Aggie pitching tonight, 4 innings for Christopher Cortez, 2 runs allowed. Scoreless inning from Weston Moss. And now you're looking at Luke Jackson. 1-1. Low and in. 2 balls and a strike.
6'2", 190 from Austin Lake Travis. Redshirt freshman did not pitch all of last season, but heard during that rehab and what he had. And this obviously being his first season on the mound. Excited about him.
3-1 after that last pitch missed, and he comes back at 93 miles per hour and a swing and a miss by Ham, so a full count. Ham is grounded out and reached on an error. Full count pitch right here. Swinging, fly ball, left field. Coming in, Hayden shot. He'll make the catch. 1 out.
Hank Bard, who pitch hit for Appel, stays in behind the plate to catch Luke Jackson.
So you mentioned the Aggies up at Globe Life this weekend at the home of the Rangers. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Fridays against Arizona State, Saturday USC, and Sunday against Arizona State again. That's a swing and a miss by Varnado. He's 0 for 2. Arizona State's 5-3, and they don't play a midweek game, so they'll be 5-3 when the Aggies face them on Friday night. There's another swing and a miss. Varnado down at the count 0-2. USC is 2-5. They lost their first 5 games. They've won their last 2. USC is playing tonight in Los Angeles against Michigan. And then the Trojans will head to Arlington, and the Aggies face them on Saturday.
Busy in Arlington, right? This entire beginning of the season.
1-2 pitch, strike 3, struck him out. Luke Jackson, first 2 men up, 2 down. That's a strikeout of Drake Varnado. Swing and a miss. Got him swinging. And looks like Jim Schlossnagle is out. That'll be the two hitters that Luke Jackson throws to. I'd say he did his job.
With the possibility of a run rule, he's get a chance to see some arms, right?
To see some guys, right.
So Weston
rounded out in the fourth. So Jason comes on with the Aggies out front, 13-2. And the Aggies have out hit Lamar, 13-4. 2 down, top 6. Jason Bowden works. First pitch, call strike on the inside corner at 91 miles per hour. Bowden the 0-1. Here it is. That will miss inside. 1-1. One pitch on its way. That missed well to the outside. 2-1.
always pitches from the stretch.
Regardless of bases being empty or not. Swing and a miss on the 2-1. Skinner came up empty. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch on its way. That's low and out. Tonight closes an 8-game homestand to get the season started. The Aggies on their way to remaining perfect through it. Full count pitch, swinging, foul ball out of play. Coming into tonight, there were still 3 SEC teams that hadn't lost yet. A&M, Alabama, and Georgia. Georgia remain undefeated today. They beat Presbyterian 4-3, and the Bulldogs are 8-0. Outside for a ball on the 3-2. It's a walk by Jason Bowden to Zach Skinner.
Tanner Wilson will pinch hit, and we'll have a pinch runner.
Wilson will hit for Luke Bumpus. It's in the 9 spot in the lineup.
Your attention please for Lamar, pitch hitting for the left fielder, number 42, Luke Bumpus, number 38, Tanner Wilson.
First pitch, a call strike. Tanner Wilson, the new hitter, down in the count. 0-1. Wilson, 6th game he's played in. 2 of those are starts. He's got a 143 average. He's 1 for 7. Here's the 0-1. Just missed the outside corner. Ball on the strike.
Cameron Yodden is the pinch runner at first for Zach Skinner.
One pitch, leg kick and delivery, swinging. One hopped Caden Kent, short hopped him. It was a looping liner, and then it hit the turf, and it was a short hop on Caden Kent, and he couldn't come up with it. Wilson will run as the pinch hitter, and Skinner moves to second.
There's so much spin on that once it hits that dirt, that's a tough play. Can't get it, catch that in the air. And then there's just so much spin because it's off the end of the bats. Trying to make that short hop. Caden keeps it in front of it. Runners at first and second.
It's not an easy play. He
No.
was on the run, the short hop, but he is credited with an error. And now that gets to the backstop. Might be a pass ball here on Hank Bard. Pass ball likely, and Skinner will move to third. Both runners move up.
If that's the case, that would be the first of this season.
Wow. 8 games in.
Caden's going to get an error on that. On the ball hit to him is the error.
Little meeting on the mound here. So A&M looking to stay undefeated and get to 8-0. Georgia did stay undefeated. They're 8-0 after the win over Presbyterian. Alabama is the other undefeated. And at last check, the Crimson Tide, they're on the road at UAB tonight in Birmingham. Alabama and UAB tied 4-4 in the 7th.
not playing that one at Rickwood, are they?
I think it's at.
I'll look at that. It may not be, but I know.
That's at Regents Field.
Okay.
Yeah. Swinging here on a 1-0. Bounced foul toward the Aggie dugout now that meeting is over. And it's 1-1.
No surprise it was called by Ryan Targach, right?
I got
that meeting at the mound.
Oh, yeah.
He comes over from first, right?
Well, he's wearing that number 12 for
what you want to see.
Yep. 1-1. Hit into center field. Moving over, Jace Laviolette. He'll make the catch. 2 runners stranded by Lamar there in the top of the 6th. Texas A&M still in the lead, 13-2. Somebody's going to let somebody know about this at bat when the game is over.
Hunter Rabondo is the new catcher as well.
Blake Benderup's hitting 300. He has 6 starts this year. He's 6 for 20. He has a home run and he has a triple. So here we go. Little CSHS pride on the line here, huh? First pitch, call strike from Williams to Benderup. We await the 0-1, and it is a right-on-right matchup. The 2 College Station, Texas natives here. That's a call strike on the outside corner. Fastball. 0-2. Williams, the pitch on the way, swinging, ground ball, back up the middle. 2-strike base hit from Blake Benderup, and he wins the College Station matchup.
It's that simple.
2-strike hitting,
3, not 2. You need 3.
That's what he's telling him.
That's a nice piece of hitting, though. With 2 strikes, take that ball right back up the middle because he kept it down.
Yeah.
With that pitch.
Ollie Camarillo. Ollie's had another nice night. He's 1 for 2 with a double, and he's also walked, and he's scored 2 runs. First pitch to him here, away for a ball, 1-0. Leadoff single in the bottom of the 6th. Swinging, lined into right. But that is caught in right field. Ollie has hit the ball the other way 3 times tonight, stung it pretty well.
Yeah. Orsak makes that catch. Benderup watching, trying to double him off, but the throw was off the mark. That's Camarillo. We've seen him just use all fields so far in the early going.
He's been impressive handling the bat. Here's Caden Kent, last time up, RBI single through the right side. Caden is 1 for 2. That single also goes along with the sacrifice bunt. First pitch to him here will miss low, 1-0. High and away on the 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Caden Kent. Aggies lead 13-2. Run rule in play tonight. The Aggies just need 3 outs in the top of the 7th to get to 8-0. Upstairs on a 2-0 pitch. Actually caught the top of the zone. No, that missed upstairs. 3-0. Three balls, no strikes to Caden Kent. Take sign was on, and that's a call strike. 3-1.
Play Caden to pull on the right side, and the shortstop dodge towards the middle. Big hole, that 5-6 hole on the left side.
There's the 3-1. That's lifted. Opposite field into left. Oh, now dancing with it out there. Ended up having to make a running catch, but there are 2 down.
Coming back to his left, Yaden, and he catches it on his shoe tops. That's the wind. We saw Hayden's shot get over towards the line, knew it was going to stay in play on one of the fly balls. Yaden, who just came in on defense. But look, they don't ask how, they ask how many, and he made the grab. So
Probably should have been easier, but it is an out.
So Williams goes 2/3. He's pitched against South Alabama and at Baylor, so he's pitched on the road, and 4 runs, 3 earned in 4 innings.
He's facing Gavin Grahovac, who's 2 for 4, and driven in a couple, swing and a miss on the first pitch. That's low and away, well to the outside. 1-1. Grahovac will extend a hit streak to 6 games in a row. Drove in 5 runs in the Wagner series and 2 more here tonight.
After the strikeout, after the ground out, the RBI single, RBI double, and when you're in the top spot, 11 RBIs and 11 runs scored so far.
Productive.
Yeah.
It's a 1-2 count to him now, and a breaking ball will get him looking. Nice pitch. Got him looking. So that'll end the 6th. A&M 13, Lamar 2. On to the 7th we go. This is Aggie baseball from Learfield. He said, don't sleep on the arm.
Nope. Jack Shell facing him. Left-handed hitting Shell. It's officially 1 for 2, a single, a walk, and a strikeout. And the first pitch is a strike.
So Braden in his career at Stanford, 25 appearances, 5 of those were starts. High strikeout count.
And he's ahead 0-2 to Shell.
Career at Stanford, Braden struck out 47 in a little over 32 innings.
The 0-2 to Shell. Got him, swing and a miss. He struck him out.
We mentioned high strikeout count.
Yeah. It's now that's now 1 strikeout in a third of an inning.
Well, at Stanford, it was 13 Ks per 9 inning. I mean, he's got his first one and his first hitter here at A&M.
And hitting for Lamar, number 99, Eladio Moreno.
Eladio Moreno will be the pinch hitter for Lamar. Another left-hander coming up. That's a fastball low and away to Eladio. Second time to the plate, 3rd game in which number 99 has played. 1-0. It's down low, 2 balls and no strikes. So Binder up at first, Kent at second, Camadeo is at short, Grahovac is at third, shot left, Laviolette center, Sorrells in right, Bard catching Montgomery, 2-0. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike.
So that bottom of the 6th, only frame in which the Aggies didn't score in.
The only one. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the third, 1 in the fifth, 6 in the 5th. And a little looper into shallow right field. Coming on is Caden Sorrell. He made a diving catch on Sunday. He makes that running catch in shallow rights. 2 away. Ricky Sanchez is the pinch hitter. Ricky 1 for 8 this season. Sliders a strike, 0-1. 83. Hands at the belt. The 0-1 from Montgomery. Fouled into the net, it's 0-2. Two down, bases empty, 0-2 the count to Sanchez, pinch hitting. Over his head.
Is he a little too amped up? Is he trying to go with an exclamation point?
Pitch number 10.
Ended emphatically.
2 down, bases empty, 1-2 the count to Ricky Sanchez, the pitch. This down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. pitch number 11, just the 4th ball that he has thrown. 2-2 offering. Up high, 3-2.
Watch out. It's one of those moments you're glad nobody's on base. The throw back to Braden over his head and almost went out in the center field.
It's a long way to go to get a new baseball. 13-2 Aggies are in the top of the 7th. 2 down, bases empty, 3-2 to Ricky Sanchez. Montgomery tapped towards third. Grahovac double clutches, throws across the diamond in time. A 1-2-3 7th for Braden Montgomery. And the fighting Texas Aggies run rule Lamar by a final of 13-2, and they are 8-0, sweeping the homestand. 13 runs on